Aloha. Okay. Aloha, everyone, in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. So happy that you're here today. We are in for an amazing treat. Our special guest is going to be talking to us about how to be able to lead these kick-ass conversations that get shit done. So I cannot wait to get into that. But first, let me tell you about who we are and what are we doing here. Freedom Friday show is all about supporting you as the entrepreneur and achieving success in business and life harmony, because it really is two sides of the same coin. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life. And it really is possible to work smarter, not harder, and create time, money, and emotional freedom. So that's what we're all about. We interview amazing entrepreneurs like the one that we have today to be able to help you with strategies and achieving more harmony in your life. So everyone give a warm welcome to our amazing guest, Maelea. Maelea, so happy that you're here with us today.
Thank you. I'm excited about having this conversation with you. I've been looking forward to it for a while.
Yes, me too. Oh my gosh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you a little bit about Maelea before we get started, okay? She is the founder and president of Turn It Up Consulting. She runs kick-ass mastermind groups focusing on helping business leaders create solutions, build communities, and share their brilliance. Her intimate groups provide a safe and encouraging space where participants can build a community, support one another, receive authentic feedback, hold one another accountable, and share their brilliance. She shares secrets to building strong, lasting relationships and teaching the key elements of effective collaborative work. So her topic today, she's going to talk about leading these significant conversations that make a difference and change circumstances and actually impact lives. Maelea, this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome because, we just finished up our communication mind mastery certification training, and we talk about all these miscommunications. We may say one thing is received another way, and the reality is when we better understand how to be able to have more authentic, deep level conversations, we can make a bigger impact. So can you share with us, before we even get into the topic today, what kind of got you into this?
Oh, wow. Yes. So I am a retired educator. I was in public schools for 25 years. And in my work in public ed, it's really a non-traditional kind of career. I was a change agent, basically. And so I led a lot of implementations and a lot of new programmatic rollouts when I was in public ed. When you do that, you have to have a lot of pretty prickly conversations sometimes. You deal with stakeholders who stand on opposite sides of an issue. And I found myself in the position a lot of times being responsible for leading and facilitating these really significant conversations. And so I built a toolkit and a skill set for doing that. And when I retired from public ed, I've been able to bring that same skill set and toolkit out into the entrepreneurial space and share those things with those folks too.
So cool. So cool. I love it. I love it. That's really cool how we can always bring I almost want to call it our past life, but our earlier versions of ourselves lives into what we do now, right? And it just expands the authenticity and uniqueness of what we're doing. So please, please, please share with us, how can we be able to lead more kick-ass conversations?
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to share a few things. The first thing I want to share is what I call the golden rule of collaboration. If you really want to lead deep conversations where people get some very serious solutions done, you have to have safety. Everybody who is a part of the conversation has to feel safe in offering up their ideas, in offering up dissent or differing opinions. And so crucial to having those conversations. And like I said, I call this the golden rule. If you're going to have difficult conversations and significant conversations, you have to build safety first.
Wow. I mean, as soon as you said that word, it just put me at ease, because a lot of times in communications or collaborative work situations, sometimes people don't feel safe to speak up, to be able to express themselves. So the golden key and first rule of safety first, creating that safe and open environment for people to express themselves, amazing, absolutely amazing. So wow, really cool. Thanks for that golden nugget. What
You're
else you got
welcome.
for us?
The second thing I would say is every voice counts. Everybody has brilliance to offer. So if you are in that role of leadership or facilitation in a difficult conversation, you really have to be intentional at hearing every voice. Sometimes the game changing, the conversation switching perspective is going to come from the most reluctant speaker. And so it takes an intent on the part of the facilitator or the leader of the conversation to really dig in and get every single solitary voice. So it's kind of a building block. You know, you got to build the safety so that everybody feels really good, offering up their opinions and their brilliance. And then as the leader or facilitator, you got to dig in there and get them all.
Wow. You know, Maelea, this is amazing. That part about every voice counts, because a lot of people feel so, or not a lot of people, but a good amount, especially when they're a group, maybe there's anxiety or maybe there's uncertainty or maybe there's this fear of speaking up, right? And this is actually a really great tweetable post for you. Well, we're not, maybe you're on Twitter, I'm not sure, but Facebook, social media, the part that you said, the game changer comes from the most reluctant speaker. So powerful. So for everyone who's listening, who may be a little shy and expressing themselves, maybe not sure how to do it, like you got so much wisdom ready to come out, and your message or your just one little nugget from you can make the impact or shift the whole game of the conversation.
Yep. There's a cool quote. I think it's attributed to the Dalai Lama. I don't know if it's really a Dalai Lama quote or not, but it's attributed that way sometimes. It says, if you think that you are too small to matter, think about being in a room. I'm getting it not exactly correctly, but think about being in a room overnight with a mosquito.
That doesn't sound fun. Well, you know, when you were talking, it made me think of this quote that Henry Ford, he said, and I'm totally going to probably get it wrong too, but he's like, if you think that you're not good enough or you're not smart enough, you're right. And if you think that you're amazing and you're awesome and you're totally great enough, you're right. You know, it's all about how you feel about yourself. So what I love is that you're showing us how to amplify what's in to get that greatness out and stop playing small. No playing small. Why try to fit in when you were born to stand out, ladies and gentlemen? Okay.
Yeah. I love it that you chose the word amplify. I don't know if that's just serendipity or what, but that's the reason I chose Turn It Up as the name of my business, is because my goal is to help people amplify their impact. So I love it that you chose that word.
Oh, God. So cool.
So the third thing that I would say about leading these meaningful, deep, significant conversations is structure helps. And for me, again, I told you I came from the education space. And so in that particular environment, in the education environment, teachers are really bad to sit around and, quite frankly, just bitch. You know, like they'll just sit there and talk, but there's no solution coming because it's not productive talk. Mm-hmm. And so in order to have productive conversation, if you can use structure to get at that productivity, then you have a much greater chance. I'll give you an example of one of the structures that I use.
Okay.
And it's not mine. You can Google it out there on the internet and find several different versions of it. But one tool I use is called the consultancy protocol. And in a consultancy protocol, a person brings a problem to the group, and they have a little bit of time to explain what their problem is. And then there's a short period of time where the group can ask clarifying questions. And clarifying questions are for the person asking. I just need more information. Give me something factual, easy for the person to answer. Then they have a time where they ask probing questions. And these are meant to make the speaker, the presenter, think differently or a little more deeply, or maybe consider a different perspective. And then in this particular protocol, we ask the speaker, the presenter, to move away from the rest of the group. So I run mastermind meetings and I do it online. So we'll be on Zoom and we will ask that person to mute their audio and their video. And then there's a setting in Zoom where you can make people who are not on video hidden. So we don't even see them anymore. And the rest of the group talks about their problem. They don't address that person. They don't talk to that person. They are literally conferring about that person's problem. And that person gets to sit back, take notes, listen, let it sink in. And after about 15 minutes, they get to come back and reflect and talk about what they heard, if they had any aha moments, and that kind of thing. So that kind of structure can help a group that's trying to collaborate get to solution very quickly.
I love that. I love that. So even having them that, and the cool thing about creating a structure, this part that you have explained to us, is that it's repeatable. It's duplicable. So like once you kind of get it down, you know what to expect. And then it becomes even more natural for the group to be able to do this exercise and also facilitate new people coming into it.
Amen.
So
exactly. Cool. And they get better at it. You know, the group actually gets better at it. So the more comfortable they get at it, the better they get. And the feedback, the longer the group is together, of course, the more vulnerable they're willing to become. Feedback gets better, solutions get better, creativity gets better, all of that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So I just want to recap what you had shared with us first. Number one rule is safety. Safety and being able to have everybody express and operate, offer up their ideas. And then number two was that every voice counts, right? The game changer is the one, sometimes the most reluctant speaker, which is, oh my gosh, I want to quote that from you. We probably will on our social media. If you don't, and if you do it, then share it with us so we can put it out too. And the third is structure helps. You know, I was thinking about even this part about structure, how a lot of times when there's a lack of structure, there's chaos, there's confusion. But when there's structure, there's organization, there's knowledge of the way forward, there's this expansion. And a lot of times, even in entrepreneurship, we can have all these squirrels, right? Squirrel roles, and how to be able to hone it in and know the direction and know which way we're going in a place of ease and grace as compared to, oh my gosh, I'm stressed out. So I can even see how these group facilitations support not only the person who's having the problem, but also the other people who are in it, right?
Absolutely. One of the greatest compliments that I ever feel like I get, and it happens all the time, is when somebody who is not the presenter says, oh my gosh, I got so much out of that session. You know, like I walked away with great new ideas for my business. And it's like this melting pot of learning, and everybody has something different to offer. And every mix comes up with different solutions.
I love this for many reasons. You know, in our Aloha Mastermind, we have an Aloha Mastermind and a Hana for coaches and practitioners. And our whole motto is no coach left behind, right? And it's that synergy. You know, one of the things that I learned about when I was creating this mastermind, you know, there's a scripture that says, where two or more are gathered, there I will be also, right? And there's just a magic in when the group synergy comes together that is unexplainable and just so amazing to watch it unfold, right? And I love that. So thank you for sharing these amazing tips for us to be able to better better be able to communicate. For everyone who's listening, people want to be heard. They want to be valued. They want to be appreciated. They want to know that they matter. And each one of us matter in our business, and everybody that we're connected to, there's also a reason for that as well. So, Maelea, is there anything any big nugget that you want to be able to share with us? Like, what is kind of like any last final words that you want to leave us to inspire us to be able to continue on in this conversation?
Yeah, my big recommendation would be, if you're not collaborating with other folks, you're missing out on brilliances that you don't have. So find some collaborators, because as smart and brilliant as each of us are, we don't have all of the brilliance. It takes collaboration to bring out the best, I think, in all of us.
Oh, so good. So good. We talk about prosperity powered by partnership, working together. If you want to go with struggle and not too far, then go alone. But if you want to go far and expand and make the impact and the influence that you're called to make, it is about collaborating with other people, because every person holds a piece to the masterpiece. So beautiful. Well, how can we be able to stay connected with you and find out more about you and reach out to you?
Absolutely. My website is just turnitupconsulting.com. I'm also on Facebook if you go at Collaboration Superhero, that's me. That'll be the Turn It Up Consulting Facebook page. And then if you look in groups, I have a Collaboration Superhero private Facebook group as well.
Nice. Awesome. We're going to put those in the chat as well, those links to her Facebook page. I think I even have your LinkedIn page as well, and her website. So therefore you can get to go know her even more. Again, it's about prosperity powered by partnership. And Maelea, we're just so happy that you blessed our stage today with your amazingness. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Heather. I love being here and I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. Everyone in Another Level Living Land, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Freedom Fridays. Quick reminder that our book launch is on The Power of Coaching is coming next week. So you can get your book for just $2 on Amazon on Thursday, July 21st. All right, everyone, have an amazing day. Thanks again so much, Maelea. And I will see you next week for another episode of Freedom Fridays. Peace. Bye.